with the way you with the way you brief on the Srimad Bhagavatam, hmm, 12 verses. Actually, this entire 12 verses speak about the questions which raised by the Shaunakadi Rishis to Suta Goswami. And in between, they're expressing their eagerness. In between, they're expressing their eagerness. So, before we begin deeply stressing on to see what is Acharya say about all this, okay, how the division or what are the questions categorized into. We'll read certain verses. I mean, we'll recite certain verses from Bhagavatam first canto, first chapter, which are very important. So I request all of you to open in your Bhagavatam first canto, first verse onwards. There are a few verses in Srimad Bhagavatam which we will be reciting, 4 verses. Canto 1, chapter 1, first verse. You can open it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskrityam Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nayesha Padreshu Netyam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Gopakumāraya Govindaya Namo Namah. So we are going to verse 1, 2, 3. We'll recite all these 3 verses only, so that it becomes a practice on regular basis. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadi Yashayatonvayat Itaratascha Vignaswarad. Janmadi Yashayatonvayat Itaratascha Vignaswarad. Tena Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye Muhyante Yatsuraya. Tena Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye Muhyante Yatsuraya. Tejo vari mridham yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha. Tejo vari mridham yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha. Dhamna svena sada nirasta kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. Next verse. Dharma Projita kaitavatro paramo nirmatsaranam satam. Vedyam vastavamatra vastu shivadam tapatrayonmulanam. Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kim va Parayeshwara. Sadhyo Hridaya Avridhyate Yatra Kritivi Susrushu Vipakshanat. So the first verse gives the introduction, the Sambandha of the Bhagavatam. What is this absolute truth is about? Who is Krishna? And how, what activities he performs? And how he is being known. That is what is explained in the first verse. And in the second verse, he speaks about the process of attaining that absolute truth. Dharma projito, rejecting all types of others and taking especially to reading of Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the process. And one who takes to the reading of Srimad Bhagavatam, what happens? That is explained. What is the result of reading regularly Srimad Bhagavatam? That explained in the text number 3, which is also very important verse. All these three verses you try to remember in the first chapter. Okay. Nigama kalpataror galita phalam Sugamukadamrita dravya samyut Pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam Muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavukaha Nigama talpataror galita phalam Sukamukadamrita dravya samyutam Pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam Muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. Just reading regularly, reciting Srimad Bhagavatam and studying and under the guidance of the spiritual master, what happens is one develops a very special taste in this. The result of the prayojana of this particular Bhagavatam is what? One develops a taste. And they are eager to hear about it. So you see, this principle of eager to hear is what being stressed in this first chapter of first canto. The Shaunakadi Rishis, even though they have approached into that Naimisharanya for different purposes, each one have their own desires, and their desires for mukti. Some are jnanis in that, some are yogis, some are siddhis. So like that, all are assembled, and they want to do something betterment for the people. That we see the chapter text number 9. In the ninth verse, they say, we are looking what is the ultimate benefit for the people. This is the first question they ask. And for that, they perform a 1,000 years of sacrifice. But after performing 1,000 years of sacrifice, they find that they could not come to any conclusion. And that is the time they chosen Suta Goswami to please about what is the ultimate benefit, because he has been in that assembly where Parikshit Maharaj had only 7 days left, and that time Sukadev Goswami was called upon to benefit the Raja. He has 7 days left. How can he really perfect his life? Generally, anything you want to establish within the society, you have to teach to the kings. In one of the lectures of Srila Prabhupada, which we are hearing 2 days back, so this point has come up. It's important that the people who are in the kingly position has to be educated, because once they are educated, they can implement systems and a culture within the society by which the God consciousness could be established. So the sages wanted to hear from Suta Goswami about that discussion which happened between Sukadeva Goswami and King Parikshit. Because in that discussion, certainly king might have been educated on a very important aspects, which will be the ultimate benefit for the people in general. And therefore, they want to hear it and they want to apply it within the area of their concern. So generally, before resolving any problem, we should hear. Our tendency is that now we generally try to solve the problem based on our own experiences. But that is not a very very wise decision. Wise decision is about hearing from the people who have a lot of wisdom. When you hear now, you get a more clarity about the situation. You get to know how there were successful steps, how there are steps which could really bring out more disaster. Instead of solving the problem, it can further create a further disturbance in that situation. So in personal life also, we should take to this particular principle of consulting. Consulting means hearing. Consulting is not about just checking. Okay, मैं कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है कि नहीं? No, first hear. Okay, you tell what is best for me. Then I will tell my point. Generally, we go the different way. We tell our point and we expect that you tell whether it is right or wrong. Problem with this type of approach of expressing our points and checking is we are close to opinions of the people who have more wisdom. We are close to it. Once you are close to the opinions of the superior, naturally you can't help yourself nor you can help others. So the sages took a very important instruction from the life of sages. We can understand that they took a consulting. They wanted to hear first. And this particular principle of hearing is emphasized in this verse 11 to 23 a lot. And they want to hear at the same time they're asking questions. They're asking questions and they're expressing their eagerness to hear. And their questions are about what is ultimate benefit and such questions. And in between the questions, they are asking Suta Goswami that please, we are not just sake of asking questions, we are asking. These questions are really meant for our benefit only. And when we are benefited, surely benefit others. So from that perspective, we are asking. So please speak on those things. Okay. Like that, in the text number 9 onwards till 23, there are total 6 questions which have been raised by the Saunakadya Rishis to Suta Goswami. So we will be briefly discussing those 6 questions concerning the particular, referring to the particular verse. So in the last Bhagavatam session, we were elaborately discussed about the qualities of Kali Yuga people and the qualities of the speaker and the hearer. The speaker like Sukadeva Goswami or Suta Goswami is very snigdasya, matlab is very obedient to his superiors. And this is a very important. Following in the disciplic succession is a very important quality of the speaker. If he is not speaking in line with the disciplic succession, he should not be consulted. And second aspect, what we see is that the hearer, the Shrota, the people who are hearing, they should be eager. Eager means they actually looking for a consultation, not first, what do you mean? Not just checking. Somebody's mic is on, is muted. Thank you. So, even though each munis, yogis, they have their own views, still they are coming together. And after 1,000 years of lot of endeavor and not getting any result, now they are in a humble mode approaching Suta Goswami and asking, please explain. So ultimately, the best solution is hearing. By hearing from those who are learned, you can get the solution within a very small amount of time. You don't have to waste years of energy to solve a problem just by hearing. And hearing is a very simple and very effective way of solving any types of problems. Hearing, and especially what to hear is the subject matter of entire Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, what to hear is the subject matter of entire Srimad Bhagavatam. And interestingly, when we go through certain problems, we want to consult people who are expert in solving such problems. Okay, so here Suta Goswami and Saunaka Rishis are assembled together. They are discussing on solving the real problems of life, not petty problems of life. So they are like, you can say they are like, already they did degree in Bhagavad Gita and they're sitting here for Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. So each one of them understand that there are 4 real problems of life and they wanted to uplift themselves from above that. So that's how the Srimad Bhagavatam is the, you can say, where Bhagavad Gita ends, Bhagavatam begins. So Bhagavatam,
yes.
Bhagavatam is beginning at this particular junction, where people are thinking of solving the real problems of life, not any other problem. Okay, so they've chosen the speaker, and they have certain qualification by which they're asking the questions. And among the asking questions, also not everyone is raising their hands. All of them are unanimously chosen Saunaka Muni, another personality who is sitting in the audience. He has been selected, Saunaka Muni, and Saunaka Muni on behalf of all the rishis is asking the question. So that means what? You see another principle, all of them are united for a single purpose. See, you can go ahead in any work, in any team, provided each one of us have a common vision. If there's no common vision, we find everyone will be disoriented. This is one wonderful quality here in this assembly of Saunakadi Rishis, is that they are all with a common vision. And what is their common vision? That we can see from the 6 questions which they ask. Okay, so we'll go to the text number 9 again. Okay, in the text number 9, we will see that aspect very prominently. Be able to see the screen. This is the first question they ask. Please recite. Tatra tatragnashayusman tatra tatrajasayusman bhavata yadvinishchitam pumsam ekantah shreyas Pumsam ekantata shreyas tanna samsitum arhasi. Tanna samsitum arhasi. So this is the first question they ask. Out of the 6 questions, which major questions you can say. Others are not questions, they are like adding to those questions like that. Pumsam ekantata shreyas. What is the ultimate good for people in general? Pumsa means for the people in general. Ekantata means absolutely. Shreya means ultimate good. What is absolute good for the people in general? See, from this you can see one particular quality which is coming out of the sages. Just as I mentioned earlier, sages are united for a common vision, and sages are submissive to hear than checking, than inquiring. We should consult, not inquire from superiors. First consult, take their views, and after taking their views, you express your views, which are in line with the views of the superiors, and check whether he can proceed in that side or not. That's how it should be. So they're eager to hear and they're expressing their views here. So we see the first question is, please therefore, being blessed with many years. You see, immediately they're pointing out to Suta Goswami that you are blessed with many years of experience. What they're asking, please explain us in an easily understandable way what you have ascertained to be absolute ultimate good for people in general. So the speaker's important necessity is that you should speak in a way people understand it. Not that you speak, sometimes there are people who speak very eloquently that you can't understand even one word. It should not happen like that. It should be spoken in a way very practically people can understand. And that credit goes to Srila Prabhupada for explaining from his purports and translation in such a way that any normal man, Zen man, can understand easily what Srila Prabhupada is actually telling about spiritual knowledge. Radheshyam Prabhu used to say, he said, I read RK Mission books, but after reading all the books, I was gifted with all set of books. I read all those books. I could not get what I am supposed to do. But by reading one page from Srila Prabhupada's small books, even one page, Radheshyam Prabhu said that Prabhupada is given so many things to perform, so many clarities, so much clarification is given in one page. So the most important aspect which comes in while explaining by a speaker is he should speak in a way which is understandable. And what is the question they ask? The first question, what is the absolute and ultimate good for people in general? So this is the first question they ask. And then we saw the 10th verse. We discussed about it in the last class. What are the qualities of Kali Yuga people? Now we'll go to the 11th. Okay. So the 11th one is the second question that they are asking. Okay. This is the second question which they are asking. Please recite after me. Bhurini bhuri karmani Shrotavyani vibhagasha Ata sadho atrayat saram Samudhritya manishaya Bhuri bhadraya bhutanam Yenatma suprasidati Bhurini bhuri karmani Shrotavyani vibhagasha Atha sadho atrayat saram Samudhritya manishaya Bhuri bhadraya bhutanam Yenatma suprasidati. So the way of questioning also you see so sweet. The second question is Yenatma suprasidati. What is that? Samudhritya manishaya. The best of all the knowledge. You speak the essence of the entire scriptures. This is the second question. There are many varieties of scriptures. Bhurini, bhurika. There are many varieties of scriptures, and in all of them, there are many prescribed duties. Like some scriptures, they speak on karma kandi aspects. Some speak on the jnana yoga, some speak on dhyana yoga. And there are many prescribed duties for everyone to perform, which can be learned only after many years of study in these various divisions. ये सब पढ़ने में बहुत सालों लगेगा. अभी तो हम लोग कलयुग पीपल के बारे में डिस्कस कर रहे थे. उनका आयुष कम है और उसमें इंटरेस्ट भी कम है. जब इंटरेस्ट थोड़ा होगा तो उसमें डाइवर्ट हो जाता है, डाइवर्ट के बिना आगे बढ़ना चाहते तो कुछ समय को इंटरेस्ट चले जाते व्यक्ति का। हाँ। तो इतना कुछ कंडीशंस रेस्ट्रिक्शंस की वजह से इतना कुछ पढ़ना मुश्किल है और इतना कुछ इंस्ट्रक्शंस फॉलो करना मुश्किल है, इतना ड्यूटीज करना बहुत मुश्किल है। So therefore, O sage, please select the essence of all these scriptures. So please select the essence. You only speak about the essence. The first question is, what is ultimate good for people? But then one may say, okay, for ultimate good, Shastras are given. But our question is, if Shastras are given, so many things are there. Please speak the essence of all those. Please select the essence of all this scripture and explain it for good of all beings. That by such instruction, their hearts may be fully satisfied. So this is very, very important point. We should not just answer the questions, or we should not be asking just questions for the sake of asking questions. We should ask questions which are pertaining to our heart satisfaction. And we should also explain to people about bhakti principles in such a way that will be satisfying to their heart. Not just for sake of telling, you are telling everything. It should be satisfying to the heart. And what actually satisfaction to the heart, that's what they will again tell. The sages knew it. Just like Anand Gaurav mentioned, they knew everything, but they are in a submissive mood. In the submissive mood, they want to know more. They knew everything, but they want to know more. Interesting, no? They knew what is the answer, but they want to hear it again. Because in hearing from a learned devotee who has many years of experiences, you can hear their realizations. Actually, when hearing from superiors, you are hearing their realizations, not just information, because information you will get anyway. So yes, sages are eager to know, eager to hear the realizations of Suta Goswami. That is very important. Same lecture, you hear again and again. You see actually the realizations of the speaker more clearly and clearly over a time. In the beginning, first time when you hear a lecture, some understanding you get. But again, you hear the same lecture, you get a more understanding of what the speaker is actually meant. Same thing with Prabhupada books. When you're reading Prabhupada books, we are hearing the realizations of Prabhupada. So here the sages are eager to know what is actually satisfying to heart. Please explain on that. So this is the second question. Now, after the second question, they're asking the third question in text number 12. Okay. Suta janasi bhadrate. All of you recite with your mics muted only, because already here one Somnath Prabhu is sitting here, he is reciting after me. So isliye I am not asking anyone to recite. Okay. Bhagavan Sattvatam Pati Devakyam Vasudevasya Jato Yasya Chikirshaya Suta Janasi Bhadram Te Bhagavan Sattvatam Pati Devakyam Vasudevasya Jato Yasya Chikirshaya. All blessings upon you. Again. Have you seen any disciples are giving blessings to the Guru? Mute your mics, Murari Gopal Prabhu. So, Suta Janasi Bhadramte. They are giving blessings to Suta Goswami. Why they are giving blessings? Because they want to ensure that he remains lifelong healthy and happy, so that he can benefit all of us. We need his association. And in his association, we want to know answers to all these important questions. And he's giving blessings because they are giving blessings because what blessings he has received from in the association of the Sukadev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj, Suta Goswami, they actually also want to receive the same mercy. Therefore, they are giving blessings. So it's more a mutual friendship. Among Vaishnavas, this principle is very important, mutual friendship. Friendship without respect has no value. When you are friends with devotees, now we should have a respectful attitude, not a whimsical or what you call loose behavior. With the loose behavior, actually we do a lot of offenses. Here, many of the sages who are sitting in the assembly of the in the assembly at Naimisharanya, many of them by age may be greater than elder than Suta Goswami. So they are also blessing. That means they are having mutual respect. And what is the question they ask here? The third question. You know for what purpose the personality of Godhead appeared in the womb of Devaki, the son of Vasudeva. So you know that purpose for which Krishna appeared. So you please explain to all of us also that purpose. So this is very different view of, you know. That means they have that confidence that Suta Goswami knows answers to all these questions. So they are telling, we are approaching you because we know you. Who are you? We know that you can ask these questions. Purpose of Krishna's appearance. This is a very important point which we see here. The purpose for which Krishna appeared. Please share to us. Yeah. This is what. This is the. And then later on, for next 13, 14, 15, 16 verses, he goes on explaining he goes on explaining how glorious the devotees are from whom we are hearing or from whom we are associating with, and how glorious Krishna's name and activities are, and how glorious this concept of hearing from the superiors is. So they're glorifying all these aspects. See, anytime now when your eagerness should be expressed that way. For example, sometimes people, you see in Bhagavatam class also, some new people come, the way they ask questions, or a very senior devotee sitting in the class asking question, you can see the way they're questioning. You can see the mood behind it. So, in His Holiness Radhan Maharaj used to follow this principle in Chowpatty temple. When Sunday's Bhagavatam class used to give, many thousands of devotees used to attend it. So, but Maharaj, after the class is completed, he used to ask questions. Any questions? Then many people used to raise hands. But unka funda kya tha, he used to only point out the seniors among the assembly. And you also ask him, okay, what is your question? And later on, people started understanding this. There are two principles behind it. One is which Maharaj used to consider, because the seniors will ask questions which will be benefiting for everyone. Just like we have Ananda Vrindavan Prabhu. If you see his questioning, you will ask questions such a way that this question in my heart also there, like that. Especially in the very close assembly of Vaishnavas during Bhagavatam classes, Maharaj used to point out the questions, point out to those devotees whom you knew personally. He will not take questions of general. He will take questions of people whom he has interacted with, who have they interacted with him, because that questions will be benefiting for everyone. So that's what we see here. There is a proper understanding of the way of questioning. So they are asking the question of why Krishna appeared. So when after asking this question, they are telling, we are eager to hear and we want to know, because this subject matter is very glorious. The answer to these questions are very glorious. And what are the glories? They're explained in the next verses. We go to the next text number 13. Okay. Tanna Shushrama Arhasi Anga Anganuvarnitum Yashyavatar Bhutanam Kshemaya cha Bhavaya cha. So here these two words are very important. You all hear Prabhupada lectures. Prabhupada, what is that? In a particular verse, now he will take 2-3 words and he will highlight them. And in lecture also you speak elaborately on them. Generally, anytime now you want to speak about Bhagavatam verses, now you should speak like that. Okay, you read all the verses. Okay, after reading all the verses, from each verse, okay, in this particular verse, this particular word is very important. And you can explain on that. That's how you can present your points. That will be very, very beneficial. The flow of the verses you can also give. That is one way. Flow of verses means how the verse after verse is going on. And if you don't know the verse after verse, at least that verse, one verse you take, in that particular point you take, particular line, and that you can elaborate. In this way also we can do our discussions. Okay. And this is just an input to all the devotees, participants who are going to present in the further sessions which will happen. So, Kshemaya cha Bhavaya cha. These are two very important. What is Kshema and Bhava? Kshema means good. Bhava means upliftment. So here they are telling how glorious the hearing process is. The process of hearing is. This verse is very important. You can remember it. Tanna Shushushamananam Arhasi Anganuvarnitum Yashyavatar Bhutanam Kshemaya cha Bhavaya cha. O Suta Goswami, we are eager to learn about personality of Godhead and incarnations. Please explain us those teachings imparted by previous acharyas. For one is uplifted by speaking them and by hearing them. Kshema matlab, it is very good, beneficial, and Bhava means uplifted. The hearing, Krishna Kada, and especially Krishna, Lord Krishna's incarnations and his life and teachings, Leelas and the teachings as imparted by previous acharyas. So there's Angarampo mentioning. They are pointing to Suta Goswami. They are asking questions to him because he's connected. He's not independent. ऐसा ही मन में मेरा कुछ आ गया तो मैं बोलने लगा. Suta Goswami. Therefore, whenever you are asked to present, you should first hear about it. Read Prabhupada purpose, hear about it. Chan, you are giving 1 week time. In that 1 week time, you should hear properly and then present. So when you are chosen, that means you are expected to follow. When you are chosen, you are expected to hear and repeat, including your realizations. That's how it should be. So this is what I'm telling. The process of hearing is very uplifting. You see, whenever you sit for Bhagavatam or any Guru Maharaj lectures, you see you find yourself uplifted. What upliftment? Not physically you get uplifted in air. Your consciousness is uplifted. When your consciousness is uplifted, you will not see your problems as problems. You will able to see them in a higher platform of solving it in a way. So whenever you are going through problems, you hear. By hearing what happens, you get uplifted. And the second thing is, when you hear, you get to know how actually you can benefit yourself. Many times now we plan many things for benefiting ourselves, but unfortunately, we fail in that because our understanding of how to benefit ourselves is very, very covered by many contaminations and motivations. Therefore, you should take help of some superior who has that heart for you. who has that feeling of helping, then that will be more beneficial for you. अरे प्रभु अप्रोच करेंगे तो वो बोलेंगे ये करने के लिए मेरे को बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं होता है करने के लिए, इसलिए मैं अप्रोच ही नहीं करता हूँ, मैं अपना मन में जो आया वो करता हूँ। तो हम कृष्ण भक्त नहीं बनते, मन का भक्त बन जाएंगे। मन की बात सुन सुन के मन भक्त बन जाएंगे। तो फिर कृष्ण भक्त बनने के लिए वो मौका ही नहीं रहता है ना, इंटरेस्ट रहते हैं। So it's very important that we should uplift by hearing our consciousness, and more important, understand that is beneficial. What you are hearing from the superiors, it's benefiting to you. No, one thing I feel very confident about myself, not too much confident, but very confident is, at least I have someone in my life whom I hear, and I try to apply it and follow. It's not that over years of Krishna consciousness you practice and you say, now I don't need anyone. मैं अपना हिसाब से चले जाऊं, तो मन भक्त बन जाएगा, कृष्ण भक्त नहीं रहेंगे आप। और आपको लगता है कि मैंने जो कर उसके ऊपर आप किताब भी लिख देंगे, you start writing books also. This is what actual success story can get. So we should more advanced and more you should be eager to hear from superiors. And with that mode, that it will beneficial for you. So this what the Saunakadi rishis are telling to Suta Goswami. We are eager. They're expressing. They're not just saying by words, by actions. They are telling here. You see, it will be uplifting. This is the benefit of hearing. Hearing का दो प्रकार के benefit है, क्षेमाय च भवाय च. And hearing from superiors and hearing about Krishna and his activities. Krishna Nama Guna Leela. Krishna Rupa Nama Rupa Guna Leela. ये दो इसके बारे में सुनने से it will be क्षेमा मतलब beneficial, and bhava means uplifting. Okay, so this how this particular verse goes. We'll go to the next verse. आपन्ना संस्कृतं घोरं यन्नामा विवशो गृणन् ततः सद्यो विमुच्येत यद्भिबेति स्वयं भयम् आपन्ना संस्कृतं घोरं यन्नामा विवशो गृणन् ततः सद्यो विमुच्येत यद्भिबेति स्वयं भयम्. So in this verse, Suta Goswami rishis are telling how glorious Lord's holy name is. We want to hear about holy name Suta Goswami, but how glorious is this holy name? So in this way, what actually was happening is by these verses, they are setting the consciousness of all the audience in that assembly of Naimisharanya, in the assembly at Naimisharanya. See, when some seniors ask questions in the assembly, that questions will set the consciousness of people also. No, you don't have to get answer first. Just by hearing the question only, you can set your consciousness. अरे क्या किस प्रकार क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं, क्या बढ़िया क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं, उसमें आपकी चेतना सेट हो जाता है. So this is what is that is how glorious the holy name is. This is the text number 40. The translation. Somebody can read the translation. Any volunteer? Hare Krishna from the audience here. Yeah, please.
Living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear personified.
Unconsciously. This is called unconsciously. Just like what are the examples you have from Bhagavatam? Unconsciously chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Ajamila is the example of unconsciously. He is not taking the name of Narayana, the God, but he's taking the Narayana, his son name. but unconsciously he has chanted. And there is a Haridas Thakur speaks about that Musliman who went for responding to call of nature, and a boar attacked from behind with the heavy, with large sharp tusks, and the tusks entered into the into the back and pierced his what you call the spinal cord. And that time that Muslim was haram, haram. He started chanting loudly. Haram means please help me. What a ghastly thing happened with me. Haram. So in that way, he chanted the name of Lord Ram in the haram. So, but just by saying that Ram name, he was liberated. So that is the glories of holy name, which here Shaunakadi rishis are speaking. So you see, the Bhagavatam begins with glories of holy name and ends with the glories of holy name. This is the particular verse. Apanna samsrita ghoram yannama vivasho grinan tatas sadhya vimucheta yad bhibeti swayam bhayam. The Krishna's name is feared by fear personified. Who is fear personified? Fear personified. Death. Death is the fear personified. Mrityu. If the Mrityu fears Krishna, therefore, you want to overcome the Mrityu. Basically means you want to overcome the pain of death. You should take to the chanting of holy names. At this particular moment, within our society, we have very exalted and stalwart devotee, as Kadamba Kanna Swami Maharaj. Yesterday, I was reading one post about him. He is now fasting to death. He's fasting to leave his body, because that cancer has occupied entire his body, and there's no scope of improvement. So he did not want to go for any treatment. He want to focus more in Vrindavan, sing about hear about the Krishna's name. So a whole day in his room, Prabhupada audio, Kirtan, bhajans are going on. And now and then many sannyasis, friends are coming. Shivaram Swami Maharaj, Bibi Govinda Swami Maharaj, Badrinarayan Maharaj, they are all going and chanting with him. And one of his servant was mentioning, night 1 o'clock he gets up and chants for 1 hour. And he feels weak. Then he sleeps for some time. Then again gets up at 4 o'clock, sits in another hall, chant for 1 hour. So he's spending time like that. He doesn't have any energy, and his body deteriorating. Still, he developed the taste in holy name. He's just continuously chanting. Whenever he is getting some energy, he's thinking about holy name of God. Therefore, auspicious days like Ekadashis or festivals, we should try to emphasize on chanting rounds. This is very, very helpful and beneficial. We should develop the taste in holy name. Okay. This is how the Suta Goswami, Saunakadi rishis are glorifying the holy name. Then they glorify, first we saw, they glorified the hearing process, they glorified the holy name, and in the 15th verse, they glorify the devotees from whom they are hearing, or the devotees with whom they, okay, both are important. We should also have association of devotees from whom we hear, and we should also have association of devotees with whom we hear. And if you are not having this association, you will not grow in Krishna consciousness. We require both types of devotees, equal devotees and also superior devotees. Juniors will always get, who will say yes to you. Hari Bol, yes Prabhu, आपकी कपड़ा धोएंगे, आपको हाजिर करेंगे, आपको प्रसाद लेके आएंगे, वो सब बहुत लेंगे. But आपकी equals, आपकी superiors, the more you are focused on this essence, such quality Vaishnava association you will get. If you don't focus on this essence, you focus on something else. अरे चलो प्रभु, हम लोग थोड़ा गप्पा करेंगे, चलो प्रभु उधर जाएंगे, ये for finding faults or finding something gratification, and such association will not be beneficial. We should have the association where you focus on hearing and chanting. So I am very inspired by this step which our Somnath Prabhu and Rajiv Prabhu have taken. They are every day, or maybe one exam day that online, they do hearing or they are making a plan about reading and hearing in weekdays, evening. So such association we should aspire for. Where you come, you also be part of it. You also hear, you also read and know more about there. I think right now they are doing because Gaur Purnima is coming. They are reading what is it? Navadip Mandal Parikrama. They are doing a Manasa Parikrama of Navadip. No, physically they are not allowed to go, but at least Manas you can do the Parikrama. In the Manas you can do the Parikrama. So it's you also be part of it online way. You can and you also do the Manas Parikrama. Like that, we should have that association. Yat pada samsrashya suta munaya prasamanaya munaya prashamayana sadhya punanti upasprishta sadhya punanti upasprishta Swardhunyapo anusevaya. Swardhunyapo anusevaya. O Suta, those great sages who have completely taken shelter of the Lord, lotus feet of Lord, can at once sanctify those who come in touch with them. Whereas the water of Ganges can sanctify only after prolonged use. Like Anandagaru mentioned, that Vaishnava Sangha can immediately purify you. But the Ganga Snan, over a prolonged use of it, you can get purified. One of our devotees there in Calcutta, Sachinandan Prabhu. From childhood, more than 30 years, he was every day bathing in Ganges. Okay. Now his age is 65. Age is 65. But he goes to Sabji market and purchases like 2-3 boras of Sabji every day and get to Radha Govind temple. उनका एनर्जी देख के लगता है कि अरे ये तो 20-year-old की बॉय जैसे है. And why this happened? He says, प्रभु जी मेरा शक्ति आता है गंगा स्नान की वजह से. मैं 30 साल हर दिन गंगा में नहाया है. गंगा मदर ना. It's not ordinary pond or not bathing tub in your bathrooms. It's not like that. You say Ganga is mother. So that mother has helped him to physically be fit and strong. So it's very important that we take the association of the devotees, which will make you strong. It will purify you and also make you very strong. तगड़ा बनाएगा. कोई भी माया के अटैक आएगा ना, उससे आप बच सकते हैं जब वैष्णव संघ आप सीरियसली लेंगे. तो there is one Vaishnava song in which this particular verse is being spoken. Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Bhakti Vinod Thakur ऐसा को गंगारा परशा होले पाश्चाते पावाना दर्शने पवित्रा करो हे तुम्हारा गो. Gangara Parasha Hole, Paschatya Pavan. By bathing regularly in Ganga, over a prolonged time, then you get rid of the sense. But Tomara Darshane Pavitra Karo, Tomara Go. Just by seeing at you. But what is he seeing? Which type of devotee? This is Prema Bhakta. Just by seeing a devotee who is at the Prema level, you get purified. Therefore, this concept, darshan concept is there. अरे दर्शन हो रहे, अरे सन्यासी महाराज का दर्शन हो रहा है. Darshan means this one. You may not get much to talk and interact and hear, but by the darshan, if that pure devotee glances at you, that glance itself can purify you. That is the power which they have. So basically, some of the sages who are sitting there, they may not have this enthusiasm of asking such questions or eager to know answers for such questions. But by sitting in that assembly and seeing Suta Goswami and Suta Goswami seeing at all the audience, that will be benefiting. So they are giving confidence to the speaker. अरे प्रभु आप बैठ के बताइए, आपकी बात कुछ लोग समझेंगे भी नहीं ना, आपकी संग से वो पवित्र हो जाएंगे. आपको देखते ही वो पवित्र हो जाएंगे. So this is what they are telling. Many times in our preaching, na, it's not that what you speak is affecting people. The way you are behaving affects people. And the people with whom they are sitting, devotees, that is affecting them. It's not just what you speak only affect people. The association, the type of devotees, the type of interaction they see, they all get purified. So this is the glories of the devotee. And in the next verse, text number, we have discussed till now 3 questions. Now, I think this is not the, this is again emphasizing on the question about hearing, the glories of hearing. This verse is also glorifying the hearing process. Kova bhagavatastasya punya shlokedya karmana shuddhi kamo na shrunyad yasya kalimalapaham. Who is desiring deliverance from the vices of age of quarrel, who is not willing to hear the virtuous glories of Lord? So just like the Ankit Chauhan from Anand Gaurang Prabhu mentioning, basically those who don't want to hear glories of Lord, they're actually interested not to get delivered from the vices. What are the vices of age of Kali? What are the vices? 4 things. Meat eating, intoxication, gambling, and illicit sex. So these are vices. Lust, anger, pride, greed, envy, very prominently you see. People are okay with all these things. Fine, chalega Prabhu. Thoda meat eating chalega. Meat ka business bhi chalega. Kya problem hai? और illicit affairs. शादी क्यों करना है? वो जरूरी नहीं. ऐसा तो रिलेशन बहुत है. Maybe in the back of mind, this is a thought by which people may not want to marry. Marry करने से restriction है. एक पति एक पत्नी का व्रत रख के. So consciously, if you see carefully, to make until you express your willingness, you don't express your willingness and act on that level of regularly hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam, you will be carried away by these vices. They will carry. And subconsciously, the conditioned mind is interested in that. So, if you see, get an opportunity, therefore, it's being good is only a lack of opportunity. So, once you get an opportunity, the conditioned mind can sway you away. But even after getting such opportunities of breaking regulative principles, only those who are regularly expressing their willingness to hear from, hearing about Krishna Kada and hearing from Krishna's devotees, they are protected. Therefore, you should emphasize on hearing process. Those who are desiring deliverance from vices. So more you hear, more you understand the reality of these three qualities and the vices, how dangerous these vices are. More you get involved in those vices, they are okay. I'm okay with that. These are easy and very acha. So, it's a aspects of that. Now, 17th and 18th verses speak about the 4th question, the 5th question. He asked about Purusha Avataras. No, sorry. 18th and 19th. The 17th will decide just like that. Tasya karmani udarani parigitani suribhi duhina shaddadhanana Leelaya takkala. He's trying Transcendental acts are magnificent and great. And great learned sages like Narada Singh. His matlab Krishna's activity. Please therefore speak to us who are eager. He performs in various incarnations. So basically, Kala. Kala matlab Kala Pumsa. Like that there are various categories of incarnations. Here they are asking about Pusharas. The Goswami, they're asking about what are the Krishna's activities within this material world. Creates Srishti, material creation, make how he is, various incarnations. These various incarnations means Pusharas. They want adventures which he performs in the Purusha Avataras. If you know the Purusha Avataras, we discussed Daksha Vishnu, Kshirodaksha Vishnu, these are Purusha Avataras. They wanted to know more elaborately on those. Matlab, whatever incarnations which are meant for material creation. What adventures Lord did to create the material world. They want to know those. And on this basis only, you see, the source of all adventures has started from Krishna. The fifth question. Where is one? Hi Hare Hare Dhiman Arakat Shubha Leela Vidhata Swairam Ishwarasyatma Mayaya. So somebody read the translation. Anyone can unmute their mic.
O wise Suta, please narrate to us the transcendental pastimes of the Supreme God's multi-incarnations. Such auspicious adventures and pastimes of the Lord, the Supreme Controller, are performed by his internal powers.
Purusha Avatar, no Leela Avatar. By which he is like Dashavatara. Dashavatara come under Leela Avataras. So we go to the next. It's very, very slow. Internet is slow. Yeah. Vayam tu na vipriyama Utloka vikrame Yashranvatamrta jnanam Swadu swadu pade pade Vayam tu na. Again they are expressing in this eagerness to hear. 3 times they express eagerness. Text number I think earlier it comes. One verse, they're eager to hear, and second, they who will not hear. In that way they are telling. Now in this verse, never tired, never tiring. प्रभु बहुत हो गया, 1 घंटा क्रॉस हो गया, 8:30 हो गया, हमको जाना है, अब कब बंद करेंगे मीटिंग? ऐसा नहीं सोच रहे हो, वो लोग सोच रहे हैं कि हम और सुनना चले और 2 घंटा चले, को प्रॉब्लम नहीं, आज जाना ही नहीं किधर भी. So we are never tired of hearing the transcendental pastimes of personal God, who is glorified by hymns and prayers. Those who have developed a taste for transcendental relation with him, like I'm giving an easy one of you. When some of you got into IITs or some of you got into big jobs, earning a lot of money, and immediately you see your parents speak about you among the among their relatives and friends, is it not? Because they love you so much, they want to speak about you and they want to hear others about you. Yes. So that is the natural thing. When you love someone, you want to speak about them and want to hear about them more and more. Now children, you feel very nice. अरे प्रभु जी ये तो श्लोकास बोल रहे हैं, ये तो पूरा स्तोत्र बोल रहे हैं. So you feel very naturally attracted when you see children take up, because you love someone, you want to speak about them, you want to hear more activities about them. So that is what the sages are expressing here. We are eager to hear about Lords. So Purusha Avatara, Leela Avatara, so yeah. Then now they come to the main important question. In the next from 20 to 23 verses, they speak about the important question which will actually unfold entire other cantos. This is a very interesting subject matter here. That the first question is, what is the ultimate good for people? We will see that connection. Second question was, what was essence of all the scriptures? And the third question was, what is the third question? Anyone remember?
For what purpose Lord Krishna appeared?
Why Krishna appeared? And then question was, what are his Purusha avatars? The question is, what are his Leela avatars? Leela Nrsimha Dev ये सब भी आ जाएगा. And then the sixth question they ask is explained in text number 23. They tell about Krishna does so wonderful activities now, and he is leaving. Kali Yuga has come and he is leaving. Then where the dharma has taken shelter? When Krishna, who is the protector of dharma, left this planet, where the dharma took shelter? That is the last question. This verses will read the verse and translation. Go ahead. Kritavan kila karmani saharamena keshava atimartyani bhagavan Buddha kapata manusha. They are aware. Just like Angar was telling, na, all teachers are sitting there, no answers. They know who is what, कौन भगवान है, क्या लीलारस है, क्या पुरुषावतारस है, कौन है सुत गोस्वामी, कौन परीक्षित महाराज, क्या डिस्कशन के बीच में हुआ, सब जानते हैं लोग. फिर भी वो जानते हुए फिर पूछ रहे, मतलब क्या है? ऐसा नहीं कि उनको उनको चैलेंज कर रहे हैं, आपको कितना पता है बताइए. Sometimes now we ask questions in a challenging mode. तो आप बताइए ना, आप क्या जानते हैं? No, that is not the mode here. They are eager. So they say, Kritavan kila karmani. Lord Krishna, the personal Godhead, along with Balaram, a human being. So masked, he performed many superhuman acts. These are not ordinary people. Krishna and Balaram are supreme personality of Godhead. But they took Manushya Rupa, and general people are bewildered by it, and they performed many superhuman activities, and we want to know that. They knew everything. Okay, the next verse. Agatam ajna kshetrasmi vaishnave vayam asina dirghasat satrena katayam sakshana hare. Krishna appeared and performed many superhuman activities. And now what happened? Kali has begun. Knowing well that age of Kali has begun, we are assembled here. Kshetrasmin Vaishnave Vayam. We are assembled here in this holy place. What we are doing? We are sitting with all the Vaishnavas here to hear at great length the transcendental message of Godhead. Asina Dirgha Shatrena. हमने ऑलरेडी 1000 साल वेस्ट कर दिया यज्ञ करके, स्वाहा स्वाहा करके काला हो गया पूरा शरीर. अभी हम बैठा है स्वाहा नहीं करने, हम अभी सुनना चाहते हैं। स्वाद स्वादी पदे पदे, आपसे और सुनना चाहते हैं, बार बार सुनना चाहते हैं। किनके बारे में? कृष्णा एक्टिविटीज के बारे में। इसलिए हम लोग यहाँ पे और बैठेंगे। ये नहीं कि अभी 1,000 साल हो गए हम निकल जाएंगे। अभी हम बैठ के और 1,000 साल बैठने के लिए रेडी है और सुनने के लिए सूत गोस्वामी आपसे कृष्ण की कथा और कीर्तन perform. Then this way we are performing sacrifice. So in Kali Yuga, the fire sacrifice is not given much value. The hearing sacrifice is given a lot of value. The great sacrifice is sitting among devotees. Even though you know many things, in your mind you may think, "Arey, I know more than him, the speaker." अरे स्पीकर तो ज्यादा बोलता नहीं हर दिन बात में, तो अलग अलग बोलता है, इधर उधर बोलता है, ये तो आवाज ही नहीं निकलता नहीं। ऐसा करके we may be, many times we may feel painful of sitting in Bhagavatam class, but that is a sacrifice. By sitting there, you are setting an example for the future, and it is beneficial to you. It will benefit you. You have a submissive mood, you will get at least 1 point from the Bhagavatam class, which will help you to uplift your consciousness. If you are not submissive, you will only sleep in Bhagavatam class. क्लास चालू हुआ, आप सो गया है, क्योंकि आपको मतलब नहीं है क्या चल रहा है, क्या कौन बोल रहा है, किसके बारे में बोलो, उससे मतलब नहीं आपको, सो जाएंगे। So that's very important that we assemble and we do the sacrifice of hearing Bhagavatam. Fire sacrifice जरूरी नहीं है, fire sacrifice करने का जरूरी नहीं, but hearing Bhagavatam ये sacrifice करना बहुत जरूरी है। And Tamna Sadarshito Dhatra Dustaram Nisthir Klim Satharam Karnadarai Varnavam. We think that we have met your goodness by the will of providence, just so accept you as a captain of the ship. For those who desire to cross the difficult ocean of Kali, which destroys all the good qualities of a human being. So this is the example, analogy. The message of Godhead is like the ship, and the captain of that ship is Suta Goswami. Last time we discussed on this analogy very elaborately. The ISKCON is actually a ship. But what ISKCON? Hearing about Krishna and chanting about Krishna and serving Krishna. That is the platform. And the captain of it is Srila Prabhupada. And we have such a wonderful captain, who is taking her to spiritual world. We have to only do the sacrifice of sitting in that, not jumping from that ship and drowning in the ocean. Rather sit there and get more people on the ship. That is the responsibility which all of us have. We sit and also we cling ourselves to the ship, and we get others also onto the ship who are drowning in the Bhavasagara, in the ocean of material life. So this is how we should be seeing this. And the last question, the 6th question, which the sages ask is in the text number 23. Bruhi Yogeshware Krishne Brahman Dharma Kam Sharanam Gata. Where the Dharma took shelter of when Lord Krishna disappeared from this material world. Please tell us, because we want to take Krishna left. So where the Dharma took shelter? Sri Krishna, the absolute truth, the master of mystic powers, had departed his own abode. He did not die. Krishna doesn't die. He has only departed. Please tell us to whom the religious people have now gone for shelter. They want person not there. So all the Dharma has taken shelter of which person? So this will be the next class. The answer to these questions we will hear in the next class. This is a very important aspect which we see here. I would like to share one important preview on all these things, which is explained. The 6 questions. Anyone has any questions on these questions? Hare Krishna. Yeah. So you're able to see here. So these are the 6 questions. What is the ultimate good for the people in general? That is text number 9. What is the essence of all the scriptures? इतना scriptures पढ़ने का समय नहीं है. ज्ञान योगा, ध्यान योगा, कर्मकांडी ये सब तो नहीं कर सकते हैं. Duties follow करें. आप इसका essence बताइए. And 12th verse में purpose of Krishna's appearance, coming to the direct subject matter of Krishna. And then they speak about Krishna's Purusha Avtaras, Krishna's Leela Avtaras. Question number 6 is shelter of religion. Where the Dharma and Krishna disagreement. Somebody's hand, whose hand he has kept, that they want to know. So we see also another interesting thing, the sage's mood. They are very compassionate. Therefore, they ask for betterment for the people in general. And they express in these 2 verses. Kshemaya cha bhavaya cha was, and vayam tuna, who will not hear. In this way, they're expressing their eagerness to hear. And we see how devotees, Saunakadi rishis, when they're addressing Suta Goswami, you see in the picture here. So other rishis are sitting down and Saunaka is standing and asking. Is expressing their faith in holy name from the devotees. There's 2 verses we recited. And they're aware of Krishna's, Kalikarmani. They know who is Krishna, who is Balaram. They have developed the taste of hearing, and they know that this is the way people further can take benefit of it. Problem with us is we want to accomplish out of passion. Therefore, when you ask it, okay, problem to all solution is you sit and hear. Your hands and legs start shaking. अरे बैठ के आराम से सुनना कैसे होगा ये? कुछ तो करके दिखाना है. Because we are motivated by passion and ignorance. And the goodness principle is gone away. So therefore, we should keep our environment in such a way we keep maximum time spent in goodness activities. When you keep yourself in goodness, now you can think about hearing and reading prominently. Your sadhana will remain very stable and strong when you keep yourself in a life of goodness. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So if there are no questions on these questions, we will stop it. Okay, next week we are going to Chitrakoot. I mean, some of the devotees from here we are going to Chitrakoot. So maybe in that online sessions of day and Saturday morning, I will take something of Chitrakoot. Okay. You will also some darshan things or Rajiv Prabhu aspects. We will not have this Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. We will have some. However, the reading section for the next, it will be 2nd canto. Okay. You must go to the 2nd canto Srimad Bhagavatam, and in that
2nd chapter, Prabhu. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
2nd chapter, Prabhu, not canto. Huh?
Oh, sorry, 2nd chapter. Yeah. In the 2nd chapter, you can read till 7th verse. Till 7th verse, in which he answers the questions, question number 1 and 2. The first 2 questions are answered till 7th verse. Okay. So you can try to read that. Okay, very nice. Hare Krishna. Anyone else has any other points to share?